afternoon, good evening, whenever this is. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Franke. And this week, we can actually see each other for whatever reason. Franke's video is working, so that's fun. We got locks and long shots as always. Franke's got out a little heater going, got some golf, and then NFL. We are 2 weeks out of the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl that nobody wanted, but we're still going to talk about it. So let's get right into it. How was your weekend?
Our weekend was pretty good. Saturday, we ended up, we had to do some shopping Saturday. Then Saturday night, we went out for one of Paige's classmates' birthdays. We went to a disco bar downtown here in Memphis. Honestly, at first, wasn't excited. Like, I looked up the place. The reviews weren't great. Just the pictures, I was kind of like, this place seems interesting. We got there. It was actually pretty cool. You walked in, you couldn't see much because there was so much fog in this place for some reason. But it was just like neon lights everywhere, all lit up. You get inside and there's like a dance floor, like a typical disco dance floor with a pole in the middle and some disco balls. And the girl whose birthday it was, her parents paid for the VIP section. So we had like our whole separate VIP room upstairs overlooking the dance floor and everything. Personally, I don't think it was worth $400 because we were down on the dance floor most of the time anyways. Didn't care because I didn't pay for it. Fun fact, they had a drum set on the dance floor that you could just walk up to and play. And I absolutely rocked out on the drum set to Living on a Prayer. They had Living on a Prayer going. Everybody's like, dude, I didn't know you could do that. I learned how to play the drums in band in middle school and high school, so had to show off a little bit, but it was dope. And then Sunday, we just watched football pretty much all day long. So that was about it.
That right there is like when people, that's the perfect, like, this weekend was a movie. Or Saturday night was a movie, rocking the drum set like that.
Dude, it was honestly awesome. Like, we walked in, and I saw the drum set, and I was like, tonight's the night I play the drum set. And Paige was like, can you even do that? And I was like, you have no idea. Like, I 100% can play the drum set, and like pretty decently too. So it was pretty awesome. But also, the bar was open till like 3 a.m. Because bars down here can be open until 3 a.m. I left at like 1:30. I was over it.
Toast.
You could smoke in this bar, like full-blown smoke cigs, and
took you back to the 90s, huh?
I walked out of there smelling like a cigarette. It was interesting, but all in all, the bar itself was an experience. Don't know if I'd be a normal weekend visitor, but yeah. How was your weekend?
Well, I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of a week recap. Not a great week for me. So we started it with Harbaugh leaving for the NFL. That was unfortunate. And then Friday, I think I just watched basketball, the MSU game maybe. Saturday, did some grocery shopping, some cooking, and cleaned up the house. And then unfortunately, Saturday night, I got broken up with. I wasn't sure if I was going to say it on here, but I figured I should. Not going to go into too much detail. Wasn't great, not good. Moving on. And then Sunday, I had to mention that because it leads into Sunday. So I was kind of thinking, the Lions can win and make this all better. So I went over to my parents. We watched the Chiefs and Ravens game and then got all excited for the Lions game. Started out great, and the Lions ended up losing. So one of the worst weekends of my life for sure. But
you know what would have made it worse?
What's that?
If they would have lost the Packers.
Yeah, no, that would have been like, call me and check in on me, because
you wouldn't have answered my call though if the Packers would have beaten the Lions.
No, definitely not yours, and honestly, we wouldn't be recording right now probably with everything that went on. But
that's fair.
We move. It's life. It's how it goes. So. Let's get going with the locks and long shots. Not doing great there either. Last week we had Gibbs over 75.5 rushing and receiving. Didn't even sniff this. He had 45 rushing yards and like 11 receiving yards, I think. It was the Monty show. So this week to bounce back, we're taking MSU minus 12 tonight against Michigan. It's at MSU. It's Izzo's birthday today, and he is one win away from 700 career wins. MSU's going to easily win this game. Michigan has looked god-awful. So I think MSU covers the 12 super easy. We also don't have Doug McDaniel. He can't play road games, which is weird, but he can't play. So I think MSU wins by 20.
Do you know what time? Oh, never mind. I found it. I was just looking at my spreads and over-under spreadsheets. So both teams suck at covering the spread.
Yeah.
And if anything, take the over. That's all I got.
I'm not actually betting anything, but I just needed a lock, and there's no more football, so this is kind of the weird time where I just throw out random shit.
Yeah.
And it's what really kills my record. So, let's see. Longshots, 1-4 now. Gibbs, 100-plus rushing receiving. That didn't hit clearly. Could have had a big game. Didn't. So this week I decided I'm just going to grab a random college basketball team at plus odds, and we settled with Northern Illinois money line versus Central. From what I've seen, Central's not super good at basketball. It is at Central, and that's what made Central favorites. So, give me the away dog, Northern Illinois money line. Your locks, however, you've been hot as fuck. Tell me about it.
I like your Central Michigan pick. I continue to just find some winners, and I liked last week Lions plus 7. It ended up at 7.5. I should have. Get an extra point for that or something. But I got Lions plus 7. And then I had Chiefs team total under 21.5. They only scored 17. So that's another dub. We are up to 7-1. This week, I'm going Max Homa over Patrick Cantlay in the weekend-long matchup. It is minus 130. Homa has been just playing great golf. Kind of similar course as compared to last week's course this week. I can talk about it a little bit later, but less driving. That's Cantlay's, I would say, strength is driving. And minus 130 basically implies it's going to be close. I think it will be, but Homa's just in a better shape, so I'm going to trust Homa here. And then I'm throwing out a random basketball one as well. Southeast Missouri State versus Lindenwood tonight, under 139.
Hold on. Listen to that school, Southeast Missouri State. It sounds made up. It sounds like something you'd see in some movie about some guy that worked at. It looks. It's just so dumb. Sounds like when I say
Lindenwood.
Oh, and Lindenwood. That one doesn't sound as crazy to me because there's actually a city in Michigan called Linden.
Oh.
So, but the Southeast Missouri State is like when I say this team just lost to Tennessee Tech Institute of the Blind or whatever the fuck. That's what that sounds like.
No, the only reason I'm taking this one is I was scrolling through my college basketball sheet, and I've been trying to find just like my favorite couple of plays every day, less plays, more money on each play. It's been working pretty well, honestly. And this one popped out because my spreadsheet shows every team's record against the spread and every team's record for the over-under. And then it shows their average margin of victory, their average margin against the spread, and then their average total, over-under against that. And both teams suck at covering the spread. So it's bright red there. Then you get to the over-under, and it's bright red there. They both are under teams. Southeast Missouri State averages to go under by 6 points, and Lindenwood averages to go under by 2 points. So both teams are pretty heavy under team. It's like a medium high, medium low kind of total. So that's the only reason I'm going with it. I have nothing outside of that, though. Seems like a lot of research, but it's not. It took me 2 seconds to find it. So,
Yep.
Long shots. I am 2-6. Not great, not bad. Tennessee, big improvement this week for Tennessee. They got a win this weekend. Auburn lost, so Tennessee jumped into first, I believe now, correct?
Yeah, I think they are in first.
Yeah, and they play tonight at 5:30 against South Carolina. Huge spread, definitely not touching that. Wisconsin to win the Big Ten also looks great. They're up to number 6 in the country. I believe Purdue is number 2. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, but
Purdue's at 2, right behind UConn. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna be 1 and 2 in the Big Ten tourney. We just got to fight off a couple of the, Davids. We're the Goliath here, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Last weekend we had the Make the Cut parlay. One of our guys in the Make the Cut parlay actually withdrew. He is apparently going to the Live. I don't know if it's confirmed. That's Adrian Moronk. I replaced it. The Make the Cut parlay ended up losing. I had Morikawa to win. He looked great in round 1. I think he was like top 5, and then he just collapsed in round 2 and missed the cut. So that was a tough L. And then we had Amon-Ra touchdown last week. He did not score. The Lions decided to give J-Mo everything, and that's just how it went. So this week, anyways, I'm going Ben Griffin top 40 and JT Poston top 20. Those are both plus odds. I have found a website that kind of lets you break down golfers. Why are you waving to me? Do you have something?
I'm waving at the person behind you.
Oh. Yeah, I see her now. Anyways, God, now she threw me all off. Huh?
I came to interrupt.
We have a slight interruption, folks. Don't worry about it.
Of the Super Bowl, and I think it's how it's
They're
gonna
talking
go,
about
and I think
TikToks.
you should read it.
Yeah, she said
Might
she
be
sent me
something
a
relevant to
TikTok
the show.
about the Super Bowl prediction that I have to look at. Let me
I hope
finish
it's
off
just
my.
that somebody.
Oh, I'll read it once I finish off my Locks and Longshots. Basically, I found this website that lets me break down strokes gained for all these tournaments. So I found the players that are playing this weekend and compared them to like 9 different courses that are very similar to Pebble Beach, and then sorted it based on their strokes gained in their last 50 rounds for approach and their putting, which is like the 2 most popular or 2 most important things for this course. Came out to Ben Griffin being the best putter over the last 50 rounds, and JT Poston was one of the best approach players. JT Poston's also been very hot lately, so that's why I'm riding with that. Let's look at this TikTok.
You want to watch part of it?
So it says, my Super Bowl 58 predictions, completely unbiased. Quarter 1, 14-10, Chiefs. Quarter 2, 17-17, tied ball game at halftime. Pretty sure I've seen this one. Yep, third slide. Usher has ended his halftime performance, and fireworks are flying everywhere. Oh no, one of the fireworks went off course, hit the 49ers, injuring every single one of their players. Wait, what is this? It's the Dallas Cowboys. Don't worry, America. We're here to save the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb fused together to create the ultimate quarterback-wide receiver duo. The Dallas Cowboys then go on to score 100 gazillion touchdowns against the Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl. Jerry Jones can't believe his eyes and has a heart attack right there on the spot. Jimmy Johnson becomes the new owner of the Dallas Cowboys, making way for a beautiful dynasty. Dak Prescott is awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor and Nobel Peace Prize, a Grammy, and every other award possible for saving America from another Chiefs-49ers Super Bowl win. After nearly a 30-year drought, the Dallas Cowboys go on to win the next 30 Super Bowls in a row. We are so back. Reminder, that was the unbiased prediction.
That was wild. I saw something similar to that about the Lions game that I sent to you.
Yeah.
And basically it just had fucking Kelvin Johnson, Barry Sanders scoring.
Yep.
And then Jerry Rice scoring, and it said we were going to win 104-7. So, unfortunately, that prediction didn't work. Do you want to hear my prediction?
Sure.
Here's my Super Bowl prediction. A sniper
Oh, I did see this
who
one too.
is acting on his own. No, this is straight from my heart. I think I texted it to you.
Maybe that's what it was.
He decides in the first quarter that he's going to save America because nobody wants to watch this game. Everyone hates Taylor Swift. Everybody's sad that the Lions lost. So the sniper's going to shoot a random person in the foot. We're not going to know who, but it's going to be enough to end the game, and it will not be played similar to the DeMar Hamlin situation, except nobody dies. And then the Super Bowl's not played. There's no Super Bowl winner, so therefore it goes to the Lions.
DeMar Hamlin didn't die, though.
He technically was dead and was brought back to life.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess.
He medically was dead.
Fair enough.
So that's my prediction. I hope somebody gets shot in the foot. Because, dude, honestly, we'll get into it because I know we want to talk golf first. but I am like, this is the only Super Bowl I've ever like not wanted to watch, and I don't know that I will. I don't want to bet it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see the halftime show. Like
I want to see Usher.
It's just I'm gonna bet the coin toss, the Gatorade color, and the over in the national anthem,
Wait,
and that's
I bet
literally
on the
it.
Gatorade color.
You did already?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet. What did Paige say? Paige had
Red.
for the color, and then I had that calling a while ago with the clear and the purple. So I'm betting those.
Oh yeah,
and that's literally
clear
it.
and purple.
Clear.
Yeah.
I tried clear.
Tell her about how. Tell her how it happened.
A couple days ago, and I think it tastes like nothing. It's a scam.
Clear
Red
or
Gatorade
white?
with the Cowboys winning.
Wait,
the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
but no, it was
Put the headphones
white.
on her.
Here,
Put the headphones on her.
You have to listen
Put
to
the
the
headphones
story.
on her. So the reason hi, by the way.
Hello.
The reason I'm choosing clear or purple is that back when you guys were still in Grand Rapids,
Okay.
I believe, I was driving home and I was thinking about Gatorade color,
No, I remember
and
this
boom,
story.
there was a billboard,
Mm-hmm.
and it was purple Gatorade, and then it switched, and it was white Gatorade, and it was like quench your thirst or whatever. So I texted Austin immediately, and I said, clear purple for the Super Bowl. It's a sign. So now that's what I'm betting.
I remember that. It's a pretty good sign.
I'm
I
gonna make
hope
a
you win
rack on
so much
purple.
money.
I hope so too. Thank you.
And then, honestly, the Lions can win the Super Bowl. I'll give it to them this year. If something happens to one of the other teams, we'll let the Lions go first.
If somebody gets shot,
Yeah,
all right,
we'll let the
we'll
Lions
we'll
go
take it with the
first.
asterisk.
But if they're not available, then I vote the Cowboys come in and win.
It's time for you to take that headset off. Thank you for your input.
Bye. Have a great night. Thank you.
See ya. Goodbye.
All right, I'm gonna hang up and I'll let you guys discuss.
All right. So let's get going with golf. You did okay last week, I think. I tailed every single one of your picks, and I ended up making money. I never went back to look, but you did hit Matsuyama top 40, Zalatoris top 40, Finau top 10 was a big one, and then I live bet Pavin on Sunday.
Yeah, so I have everything
to
up.
win.
Lost
I
all the
believe
winners.
you profited.
No, I don't think so. I think I lost a little bit because I ended up hedging with Højgaard after the cut was made. And then
I'm saying strictly your pre-golf picks. If we just didn't bet anything else, I think you would have made money. Because you didn't hit a winner, but you hit Finau top 10. That was huge. He was plus
275.
plus 275. And then you hit Matsuyama minus 125. Zalatoris was
minus 140.
minus
But I had
140.
Sungjae top 5 that I lost, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners that all lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was close.
Maybe you did end up losing. I think I think I barely broke even with my live betting. But
So I
it was good.
don't know if you've realized each of the last 4 tournaments, 5 tournaments maybe, have all been winners that pre-tournament have been at least 22-1 odds.
That's crazy.
And honestly, I thought after round 1 we were gonna get just an easy favorite this last week, and then we just didn't. I don't know. The preferred lies I think helped a lot in the first round, second round, and then after the cut there was no more preferred lies, and it seemed like the weekend there wasn't as many low scoring rounds. But whatever. This week though, I kind of talked about it a little bit. They're playing at the Pebble Beach. They're playing at 2 courses again. It's kind of set up similar to how last week's was. So they play 4 rounds. There's actually no cut this week, which kind of sucks. But I guess it's 4 guaranteed rounds. 1 round at Pebble Beach and then 1 round at Spyglass Hill. And then they come back and play Pebble Beach for the last 2 rounds. It is a signature event, so there's going to be a lot more of your bigger names. It's a larger field. Smaller greens, difficult to scramble here. It's POA greens again, like it was last week. The big thing here is since it's a shorter course, it's not so much power. It's more finesse than power, so your approach players and your good putting players are going to thrive. If you're a bad driver, it's not really going to affect you that much. The things I am watching. I'm watching Jordan Spieth. He has pretty good course history. I might bet, honestly, top 20, top 10, top 5, and winner with him. Hasn't played in a while, but last time he did play, he looked very good. Like I said, he's got great course history. Putting is his strength here. I'm also watching a couple of smaller names. Honestly, there's a lot of smaller names this week just because I think I kind of talked myself into the smaller names once I heard about the last 5 winners all being 22-1 and higher. So I'm watching Nick Taylor, Maverick McNeely, JT Poston, Ben Griffin, all top 40, top 20, and then watching top 10 on JT Poston. Fun fact on JT Poston, he's got 5 top 10s in his last 9 tournaments, so I'm probably going to sprinkle on him to win as well. Nick Taylor has gone top 23 of his last 4 rounds here. He's also won here before, so I'm taking him top 40, top 20, probably top 10, maybe winner. I don't know. We'll see. I have yet to break down my official plays. And then I'm probably going to play Justin Thomas, top 20 and winner. He has... I had something about his course history here. I don't remember his exactly. Matt Fitzpatrick, another one, top 20 and a winner there.
Mr. Goofy Swing.
Yeah. But looking at his last 50 rounds, he comes in... Where was he? He's like middle of the pack. His approach. That's where it is. His approach and putting, he is like very high, top 10, I believe, in putting. Approach is like top 20. 2 most important things here, like I said. Around the green, I'd watch out for JT, though. That's the one. That's what it was. Okay, that's what I had JT on there for. Top 20 and winner for Matt Fitzpatrick there. My 2 other winners that I'm thinking I'm probably going to place, Xander and Victor Hovland. Hovland's just been playing very well. I think he's 4th in the world rankings right now. Great putter, great approach player. I don't know. I'm interested to see what this week's going to be like just because there is no cut, and I feel like this might be the week that we get more of a favorite winning just because the guys that are your top of the line players are probably going to outlast your guys that aren't used to playing 4 rounds. So that's why I haven't placed anything yet. I'm just worried with no cut we might get more of a high-end golfer towards the end type of thing.
Is Pebble Beach the course with the Island Green 17th?
No, that's the players, TPC.
Sawgrass.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
But Pebble Beach.
There's some gettable
Pebble
par
Beach
threes.
is where Jerry got his hole-in-one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this one always has a hole-in-one every year, and I want to see if you can bet any player to make a hole-in-one and see what the odds are. If it's a long shot, I'm adding it.
You can.
So I'll look into that right now.
Oh, I was gonna say I've looked into it. I know you can bet specific players to get a hole-in-one.
Yeah, I want any player though.
Player to make a hole-in-one.
Everybody's plus 8,000. I'm not picking a player. You know
Yeah.
how hard that is? How about just any player to make a hole-in-one?
Tournament
Can't do
props. Hole-in-one. Yes, you can.
Here we go.
Do you want a
Hole-in-one in
specific
round 1?
hole-in-one in tournament?
Oh, in
yes.
tournament is
minus
favorited.
165.
Wow. Well, not adding that.
No.
I'm telling you, there's one every year at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
So, not betting that. It should be 2+.
You would
I'm
think.
going to make my own. There we go. I'm adding that. Adding that to Jake's long shots.
2+ hole-in-ones.
2+ hole-in-ones at Pebble Beach. I'm not going to put odds on that because you obviously can't bet it. This is just a get my record right because Northern Illinois is going to win tonight, and then there's going to be 2 hole-in-ones day 1 probably, and then boom, 3 and 4 on the long shots. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, is that everything you got for golf?
I believe so. I guess my only other thing would have been we would have had Højgaard to win last week if Poston would have missed his 12-foot putt on 18, but it is what it is. We move on. Honestly, I'm not disappointed with how I did last week. We had a lot of winners that were close. Finau was very close for a while there. What was the other one that was really close towards the end? Matsuyama made a push. Matsuyama made a push, but he was never really that close. But I don't know. First one back. Nice to get the sweat going. So.
Yep. All right, NFL. Taking a look at our predictions before the playoffs, they're not looking good. We both had the Niners, so we got that right, I guess.
It's unfortunate.
I had the Bills, you had the Ravens. They're both eliminated. It's Niners-Chiefs, obviously. We're going to do our Super Bowl preview next week because there won't be anything to recap, so next week will be probably a shorter episode. What was I going to say? Pro Bowl this weekend. We might talk about that a little bit, but the Pro Bowl has gone down the shitter as of late. You can't even bet on it currently.
I was just about to ask that.
So I don't know if they took it away because it's flag football now, maybe.
Well, usually you can even bet on like the other events.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. So maybe they're waiting. It'll come out this weekend. But I wanted to throw something out. But so we might talk about that. I'm sure there'll be some crazy shit. The NFL awards are next Thursday. So that'll be something we can talk about, maybe. But for now, the Super Bowl preview will be next week. So for our picks, I am 8-4. You are 7-5. So I've got the 1-game edge. So next week when we pick our Super Bowl winner, I'll be picking mine first. Franke can match it if he wants to just get another one right, or he can take the opposite to try to tie. We'll also do a score prediction. So basically, if I take, let's not use those two teams. I don't want to tip anything. Let's say it was the Lions or the Ravens. I would obviously take the Lions, and then I'll give a score prediction. So that way, if Frankie takes the Ravens and the Ravens win, whoever's closest on their score prediction will win, regardless of winner. Does that make sense?
I think so.
We'll talk about it more next week. It's real easy. I'm probably just not hitting it right now.
I'm looking at some odds on DraftKings right now that are really making me question a lot of things. Yeah.
What are those odds?
Well, so I went to the NFL and I was trying to find Pro Bowl stuff, and they don't have Pro Bowl stuff. But I went to the futures, so they have odds up for the Super Bowl this year, which fine. Can you tell me what the money line odds are on that game right now?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So, because right now they have the Super Bowl 2024. Niners are minus 125. Chiefs are minus 105. I just want to see if the future is the same as what the money lines are.
Niners minus 125. Chiefs plus 105.
Okay, they are. Good. But then, if you go to futures, then the Super Bowl 2025 is also set already. The odds are. The Niners at plus 550. The Chiefs at plus 750. I honestly think if there's a time to pick a future, it might be now. Because they're just going to put this year's Super Bowl matchups at the top.
Yeah. It's honestly, too, like, take the Chiefs. If you want a Super Bowl future that will have a chance come playoff time, take the fucking Chiefs. Because take them right now at plus 750. Because guess what? Before the season, they'll be plus 400. Then throughout the season, they'll go down to plus 3. And then they'll sit right there all year. It's fucking ridiculous. Mahomes will be there every fucking year. He's gone to you can have great cash out opportunity, too, because he's going to get to the AFC Championship again.
Yeah, I feel like
you just cash out there.
I feel like a big dummy, by the way. I didn't hedge my Ravens bet.
Yeah, that's that one's tough.
I should have threw my entire account on the Chiefs money line. It would have been tough,
though. Yeah.
Just to guarantee something.
If they got to the Super Bowl, you would have been a dummy to not hedge, I think. I don't think we can call you a dummy for the AFC Championship, especially when they're at home, favorited. Looked pretty good the week before.
Yeah.
It's just we'll get into it, but they did not look good. So there's that with the picks. I guess that's a good segue. The Chiefs did beat the Ravens, and the Ravens looked, I say bad, but they held, the defense looked great. The Chiefs'
in the
offense
second half
was held. Yep. So this game started out hot. It was 14. It was 7-7 after the first, and then the Chiefs put up 10 in the second to go up 17-7 at half. And then this game just hit a fucking halt. Both defenses looked great. Nobody was moving the balls. There was turnovers, except for the Chiefs. Chiefs never turned it over. Yeah, I mean, it's just the Ravens' game plan was not good whatsoever. You've got the number one rushing team in the league, and they only called 11 designed runs in a game that was never a blowout. So you are, and it's like, I get it. You don't have your main running backs, but you've got Lamar Jackson. You only called 2 design runs for him. And then, the Zay Flowers fumble on the goal line was rough. I just told you while we were waiting to record here that it looked like if he held it to his chest, he would have scored. If not, they're on the 1 first and goal. So that's a tough pill to swallow for Ravens fans / Ravens future holders. But
I was very
it's inevitable,
upset.
man. Mahomes will always fucking be there. Travis Kelce looked young again. 11 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown. They showed Taylor Swift 7 times. She's gonna be there for the Super Bowl. I got myself excited because I saw a video talking about how she's performing in Tokyo the night before the Super Bowl. And this guy did the math. He said, okay, concert ends at 11 p.m. in Tokyo. That's 6 a.m. Vegas time. And they said there's no shot she can fly back on time to make the game. So I got real excited. I was like, oh, my God, we're not going to have to see Taylor Swift. And lo and behold, a report came out today. Taylor Swift is planning on attending. So great. What else about this game? Man, so the Chiefs scored first. There was a Kelce touchdown. I did have Kelce first touchdown. That was pretty sweet. And then the Ravens bounced right back with a 50-yard touchdown to Flowers?
Something like that. It was a beautiful pass.
Yeah, so right then and there, I'm like, we're going to get a great game. And then the Chiefs scored to start the second quarter. And then that's when it halted right there after that touchdown. It sat at 14-7 for a while. The Chiefs got a field goal, 17-7. And then this game just got boring, man. I kind of zoned out a bit. Lamar got sacked and fumbled. The goal line fumble for Flowers. And then late in the game, I want to say there was like 6 minutes left. The Ravens were at the 25, the 20. And Lamar threw into triple coverage and was picked off. And that was the nail in the coffin right there. What the fuck was Likely doing calling for the ball when he knew he was triple covered?
I also think pass interference could have been called. But you don't make that throw.
I agree with that statement. Yep, you don't make that throw, but there was definitely some pass interference there. And the part of me is like, did Lamar throw that ball to get a flag? Because there was some contact before, too.
I honestly kind of thought that, too.
But in a playoff game, do or die, 6 minutes left, you don't try to get a flag that way because you know that thing can get picked off and the ref can swallow the flag. I saw an alternate angle. The ref reached for his flag and then didn't throw it. So, but it could have been he was reaching for the beanbag that they throw for a turnover to mark that, and he went the wrong side. But the script could be there. The NFL wanted Mahomes in the Super Bowl because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
dude. I saw that she has generated $330 million. Did you see that?
No.
She has generated $330 million in revenue for the NFL. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, the Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah.
And I bet Chiefs money line. I bet Kelce first touchdown. I cleaned up this game, and I'm not happy about it.
It's
not
like
happy.
You had to make the sacrifice of betting the Chiefs to be able to make money.
Yeah, it's and then I'll get into it in a little bit when we talk about the Lions game. But I don't really have anything else to say other than I'm sick of Kansas City, man.
I don't know if you can necessarily. I don't think you can blame this game on Lamar, and like that's gonna be exactly what happens because everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Lamar can't win in the playoffs, this and that." I don't think it has anything to do with Lamar. I think that the play calling was terrible, and not to be that guy, but I don't think that this game was set up by the script for them to win. No, I mean, I don't know. Just play calling wasn't good. There was the whole stat about the referee helping away teams before the game.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Just
yeah, I can confidently say Lamar did not lose this game. The coaching staff did. And yeah, when it came out that the ref crew favored away teams, it was like, yep, Goodell worked his magic with this one. It's annoying.
I should have
but
known.
It is what it is. Anything else on that game other than the fact that... Oh, I did want to say, has any quarterback had a greater fall from grace that's not his fault than Mahomes? Because when he first started and he first won the Super Bowl, it was like, I feel like he was kind of like the Lions this year where it was like, awesome, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, like this guy's amazing. He's the next Tom Brady. And then it's turned into his wife is annoying as fuck. His brother is annoying as fuck. His dad is a G. Have you seen his dad?
Yeah.
His dad's a real one,
Yep.
and I feel bad for him having to sit in that press box. And then Taylor Swift comes along, and now they're the most hated team in football, maybe behind the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys might still have them there. But it's just like, holy fuck, man. I feel bad for Mahomes because he's obviously a phenomenal athlete. He got a little testy with the bitching about the refs in that
he
Bills
got a
game,
little
but he made up
whiny
for
this
it.
year.
He apologized, but
I did hear some takes
yeah,
that he started blaming the refs and other things instead of blaming his players, which was actually a step up for Mahomes. Just kind of like, all right, I mean, I guess you could go that way with it. Because everyone is like, oh, like, he has no weapons. But you've never heard Mahomes, like, blame his lack of weapons. He blames everything else. Which then it's like, is he, like, doing that to get away from blaming his teammates? Or, like, is he doing that because he actually thinks that the refs are bad? So
he's taking out his aggression to his teammates on the refs.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
which I don't know if that's necessarily, but...
All right, let's talk about the thing I've been dreading talking about for the last 2 days. The Lions lost to the 49ers in the conference championship game. They were up. It was 24-7 at halftime on the road. I was feeling good. We took a field goal at the end of half rather than going for it on fourth to take the 3-score lead. I was like, wow. All right, Dan Campbell's growing. And then the Lions all year have been very bad in the third quarter. It's well documented. So I even said to my dad, I said, we just got to get through this third quarter. We'll be all right. Let me walk you through that third quarter. Well, everybody fucking watched it, but let me just complain about it. So we drove down the field, got to about the 30, I want to say, maybe the 35, 4th and 2, drew up a great play call. Goff hit Reynolds in the hands, and Reynolds dropped it, but it's okay. You know, San Fran started with the ball and scored a touchdown, so it was 24-14 at this point. So I personally wanted the field goal there to keep the 3-score lead. And then the 49ers ran a couple plays, and then Purdy went deep, and very clearly, like, as soon as he threw it, it was like, oh, fuck, this could be bad. But he overthrew him, and our safety's right there, Vildor, and it hit him in the fucking face. Should have been an easy pick. Hit him in the face, and Ayuk catches it to get the ball on the 4. And then that right there was the moment where I was like, oh, fuck. Like, we have a serious chance to lose this game. Because when you're up 24-7 at half, you're going to automatically feel like, okay, this is a great spot. I feel good. And I'm not going to lie. I started thinking, like, I'm going to get to see a Lions Super Bowl game. So you had that, and then we got them to 3rd and goal. So I was like, ooh, might get a stop, hold them to 3, because they would take the 3. It would have been 24-14 or 24-17. Nope, Brandon Ayuk wide open. Cam Sutton, dead to me. The guy made me so depressed watching him play coverage, because every time San Fran caught a wide open pass, they cut right to Cam Sutton sitting on the ground or just beat. So let's see. So then it was 24-17. So then it was like, okay, I tried to stay confident. I was like, just move the ball here, chew some clock. That's why I kept saying, chew clock. They come out with Gibbs, and they ran Gibbs up the middle, which I had been bitching about the whole game. Gibbs is your edge guy. Look at what Aaron Jones did last week on the edge. He's your edge guy. Montgomery's up the middle. Nope, they send Gibbs right up the middle. Jared Goff handed it off on the wrong side, whatever the fuck that meant. I still can't figure that one out. I don't want to. And Gibbs fumbled on our own 25. That right then and there, I was like, we just lost this football game. And yep, San Fran went down. They scored a touchdown, and it was 31 to. No, how did I mess this up? There was a field goal in there somewhere. Maybe they started the second half with a field goal.
Yeah, I think they started the half with the field goal.
Either way, they went up 3, so it was 27-24. So then the Lions get the ball, And it's now the fourth quarter. So the third quarter is like, wow, that is about as bad as it could have gone, but we're out of it. And we move the ball. We get down to the 30, the 25-ish. It was 4th and 3. Go for it on 4th. I wanted the field goal once again, tie up the game. Would it have mattered? We'll never fucking know. And we didn't get it. San Fran drives down, shoots a bunch of clock, scores again, 34-24. At that point, I was the most broken I've ever been. It had to have been the combo with Saturday night too, but I was just down so bad. I was at my parents' house. I wanted to leave right then and there, but I promised myself no matter what, I was gonna watch this whole fucking game. So I stayed. Lions move the ball. They get down the field. Call a timeout with 1:16 left when you could have had 3 because we ran the ball from the 2, got stopped. You kind of had to. It sucks. Anthony Ferkser should have just scored. Whatever.
I think you're also partially saying that
so
because
then
you had money on Ferkser to score.
No, it's that, but I also rewatched it. The dude had an easy touchdown, but he slowed up, and it's probably because he's just a big tight end. But you got to just punch that in right there because it would have been a minute, 30 or 40 on the clock with 3 timeouts. You get a stop, you get the ball back, whatever. So now it's 34-31. We ended up scoring on 4th down. Then the onside kick, I'm like, don't have any faith in this, blah, 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 whatever. And they fucking just had to tease me a little bit. It looked like we had a shot at it. San Fran recovers. They burn the clock. Yeah, just fucking pain. They blew a 17-point lead, which isn't the worst in NFL history, at least. Was it the 49ers blew a 21-point lead a while
in the
ago?
NFC Championship?
The Chiefs. No, the Chiefs at home against the Bengals that one year blew a 21-point lead at home. So, not the worst blown lead of all time. Now, there's that. I got the recap over. I was sad. I was fucking, dude, Sunday night, I was down so bad. Driving home, I didn't play music. I didn't listen to anything. I muted it, and I drove. And I don't do that. I need noise in the car. But I just silently drove home, got home. This is the shitty part, too. I had to make my lunch for the next day. I had nothing to eat at work. So I made the saddest meal of all time. You know, it was really easy. Just had to heat it up, put it in a bowl, whatever. But I wanted to fucking cry. I'm surprised I didn't, but I didn't cry. And then my dad, before I left, he hit me with it. Well, hell of a season. I'm like, how can you think that way right now? Like, I'm fucking devastated. I don't want to think great season. I'll think that when we get to the draft and I can start looking forward to the next one. But as of right now, I am fucking devastated. So now back to the game. Enough about my emotions and how sad I was. Dan Campbell, at first I was like, you got to take these fucking points. But that's what got us to the NFC Championship, was having the nuts and making those plays on 4th down, because it generated 3 or 4 more wins than we should have had this year. Somebody had the stats. I should have screenshotted it, saved it for the show. But we would have been, if we didn't go for those 4th downs, we would have been 9-8. I think is what it was. Maybe 10-7. So still would have won the NFC North. But the Rams game, there was some 4th down pickups. So that's what got you there. But it's like sometimes you got to take the fucking points. And the only one that I would have wanted was that first one to keep it a 3-score lead, because that would have slowed them down. They're still down. It's, you know how fucking people say momentum isn't a statistical stat? Yes, it is. Because that place was dead silent end of the second quarter. And then even the start of the second half, when the 49ers scored, it wasn't that loud. But as soon as we turned it over on 4th down, that place was rocking.
Yeah, but you can't put a number in the scorebook for momentum.
No, but people say it like it doesn't matter.
It matters 100%.
It matters. Because that game fucking flipped.
Yeah, I actually
I do have a confession to make.
I know what you're going to say. You bet on the Niners. I saw it.
Say that again.
You bet on the Niners. I saw it.
I emotionally hedged when we were up big. I think you only saw one, though, because one of them I didn't share to the betting group. But the first one was start of the second quarter. I think it was 21-7. I took the Niners at plus 190 for a unit. And then at halftime, 24-7, I was like, I'm going to emotionally hedge here. So I put 2 units.
I think when I saw you did it, it was plus 105.
Yep. So I ended up getting plus 290 at halftime. But I'm not fucking happy about it. I will never emotionally hedge again because it didn't help at all. It made me feel dirty. I feel dirty. I made money off my favorite team losing, and I was equally depressed as I would have been if I didn't bet on them. I don't know why I did it. I feel dirty, but I had to bring it up. But what was I going to say? My mind is everywhere right now. I didn't want to talk about this fucking game. I'm sad. Did I miss anything? Golf, here's the thing. Oh, I got another thing. Your hate for Lions fans, I'm starting to see it now that the season's over, man, because I think there was so many that hopped on now that we're doing good again that left a while ago, probably after 0-16. And then at the end of the game, they're bitching about Campbell. They're bitching about Goff. They're bitching about Reynolds. Motherfucker, all these people got us to where we are. Goff turned this team around. Dan Campbell took us from we're ass to his first year we were ass. And Brad Holmes brought in all these people. Last year we had a great year, 9-8. And then this year we win the NFC North. We go to the championship game. How can you fucking sit here and say, I saw somebody say, I unfriended him on Facebook after this, by the way. They said, Dan Campbell's got to go. You can't coach like that in that big of a game. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I unfriended him immediately. I'm like, I can't have that shit in my life right now. Now, get the fuck out of here. So, but also just the like I'm mad and sad, but I'm not like blaming people. Honestly, the only person I'm going to blame is probably Josh Reynolds. He had 2 crucial drops, and I don't want us to re-sign him this year. That's the thing is that all these people like, no, take the fucking point. That's the other thing I didn't mention. Our kicker hasn't attempted a single kick outdoors this year, so that's huge. He was 70% from 40 to 49 yards, and he hasn't made a 50. He's made like 3 50-yarders in his career. None of them are 50-yarders, but it adds in when it's a 48. That's pretty close. So the people that are acting like it's guaranteed points are crazy. Could he have made it? Yes. Could he have missed it? Also, yes. So it is what it is. It's you live and die by being ballsy, and we were 80% on those plays. It just so happens that we went 0 for 2 in the worst possible time. So that's where I'm at.
So I told you weeks ago that after the Cowboys game that this was going to come back and bite you. The just aggressiveness, and you were like, I don't care. If it does, it does. We win, we lose by that, which seems like that's how you are. But at some point, you have to take the fucking points. Like, regular season is not the same as the playoffs. Like, I fully get, like, that's how you've been doing it all season. But this is the playoffs. You're not, like, you're not just playing to, like, survive. Like, you're playing to survive. It's not just like, man, if we don't get it and we lose this game, oh well. No, it's you need the points, you need to tie because you need to survive as long as possible to be able to advance to the Super Bowl. And maybe it's just Dan Campbell not being in that situation before, and hopefully, I hope for your sake, come the future, things are different, and he sees, you know what, we're down by 3 with 6 minutes left. Let's just attempt a field goal here. Let's try to tie this game up.
Well, the thing is that the devil's advocate to that was the 49ers fan base was right back in that game now, and the offense was just
No, I mean, I get it, because if you get the first down, you're probably draining another 2-3 minutes off the clock, scoring, going up 4. They need a touchdown. So, like, I get it, but also at the same time, like, you're playing a top team like that. I'd rather take the points knowing that, okay, there's still 7 minutes and we have 3 timeouts left, 6 minutes, whatever, and we have 3 timeouts left. There's the chance that we can still make a stop. Our defense has been good. It's not like this game is an absolute shootout right now. There's still a chance that we can stop them, get the ball back, and then all we need is a field goal. At minimum. And, like, I'm not even saying that you should have taken the first one, because the first one I didn't really care about. It's the second one that you definitely needed to take, and he didn't.
I would rather have my season end because my offense couldn't convert a 4th down than a missed field goal.
I mean, I guess. Put it this way, I have a hot take.
Do you get it?
I get it. Either way, we both lost to the
Packers
Niners.
kicker
So
missed a field goal.
I hope you saw the meme that I
Yeah.
just sent you from Twitter.
I
It's
did
on
not.
Discord,
I'll go look
actually.
right now.
I sent it to you on Discord.
Oh.
My hot take is that Dan Campbell is a slightly better version of Brandon Staley.
No.
Tell me why not. All the hype was there for the
Yeah.
first couple of years, and it's still there. Both were super aggressive. Dan Campbell probably has a better team to do it. But then eventually they both just get in their heads about when to do what at the right time.
The big difference between the play calling, yes, the aggressiveness, sure. Brandon Staley was not respected by his players as much as Dan Campbell is.
I mean, Brandon Staley
the
wasn't a
players
former player.
love Dan Campbell. Oh, that's it. You're saying that they're the same person. They're not, because Dan Campbell is fucking loved. Also, the Chargers, it's partially on the fan base, but the fan base didn't love Brandon Staley like they love Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is Detroit. He is Michigan. Brandon Staley is just Brandon Staley. So I will not accept
That's
that.
fine. I was saying
What was
more
the other
just
thing I
from
wanted to
like
say?
their coaching abilities. I think they're a very similar type of coach. Dan Campbell's obviously
I
a
think
little
this
bit better,
was-
but
I think this was the stepping stone to us finally turning the corner and seeing some great success. I was really upset because I was like, this felt like it had to be the year. Ben Johnson's leaving. We'll get to that in a little bit, actually. I did have one more thing about the game. It sucks more because our defense actually played really good outside of Cam Sutton. So McCaffrey got held to 4.5 yards per carry, which was low for him. He had 20 carries for 90 yards. He did have the 2 touchdowns. But then you look at Kittle only had 2 catches for 27 yards. Brandon Ayuk had 3 catches for 68, with one of those being off the defender's face mask into his hands. So take away those 51 yards. That takes him down to 17, right? Debo had himself a fucking game because of Cam Sutton. So our defense played so fucking good, and it feels like if we can retain the core group that we got right now, we're not losing a lot in free agency, and we've got a lot of cap space. Now, granted, Goff said he wanted an extension. Probably going to have to extend Amon-Ra. Probably going to have to extend Sewell. But we've got Montgomery one more year. Gibbs is a rookie. I want C.J. Gardner-Johnson gone. That's the other thing we didn't talk about. This motherfucker is a piece of shit. I loved the signing early in the year. I'm like, yeah, we got a guy that's going to get in the other team's head. The only thing he does is give that other person that he's talking shit about juice. Debo had himself a fucking game, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson was talking shit all week, and then Gardner-Johnson in the second quarter, we're up 24-7. He's waving goodbye to the fans. Don't do that shit. I don't care if you're up 65-0 at halftime. You don't do that shit. I was so annoyed by that, and when I saw that, I was like, ugh, this is going to be a bad look. So I want him gone. He's a free agent. Let him go. Yeah, it really feels like we are some secondary help and maybe a pass rusher away. That's literally it. Now, it gets a lot harder when your draft pick's that high, though. It's really easy to do well when you got top 10 draft picks every year, and Brad Holmes has killed it. I hope he keeps going. Anything else about the game before we get into the good news?
no, I don't think so.
So it seemed like a lock prior to this game that Ben Johnson was going to go to the Commanders. He interviewed a bunch of times. Everybody kind of assumed. And then today it said they came out, Seattle and Washington are traveling to Detroit to meet with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. That was at like 10. I read that report. And then at fucking 1 o'clock it came out. Ben Johnson has informed them he's staying in Detroit for another ride. Let's clap it up for Ben Johnson because that guy gets it. Now, the only thing, though, is that it's kind of funny. I saw that nobody wanted him because he was asking for too much money. Love that for him. He's like, I got it great here in Detroit. I got all these players. Dan Campbell's a great guy. He's like, if somebody offers me that, I could leave. But if it's too much, then I'll just stay in this great system. And then guess what? Next year, he's still going to get just as many offers as last year. So I love it. He's coming back. We're running it back. If we lose Aaron Glenn, I think I'm the only Lions fan that feels this way. But I'll be upset if we lose Aaron Glenn because they said they're still meeting with him. Everybody hates Aaron Glenn. They wanted him fired in the middle of the year. But they don't realize how good our defense was outside of our cornerbacks the rest of the year. Aaron Glenn drew up so much pressure. so much just make the quarterback uncomfortable. And he's got a bunch of duds on the defense outside of, like, Hutchinson. Kirby Joseph's pretty good. Brian Branch was great. Anzalone. But other than that, man, like, should be a bottom 10 defense that ended up performing right in the middle of the pack. So I want Aaron Glenn because just of his personality and how great he could be, in my opinion. But everybody wants him gone, so we'll see where that goes. The other NFL news I have to wrap us up here, Harbaugh is going to the Chargers. This was really unfortunate. When was this? Was this last Tuesday?
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was like Friday or Saturday.
I'm just trying to figure out if we already talked about it.
No, we didn't talk about it already.
Okay. Well, anyways, so whatever day it came out, it must have been maybe Wednesday then. I remember reading a report that Harbaugh was in Ann Arbor meeting with Ward Manuel and the president, and it got me all amped up, and it said that they are making a big push to get Harbaugh back and lock him up for a long time. And then, I shit you not, 45 minutes later, Harbaugh to the Chargers, confirmed, Adam Schefter, whatever. So then I was like, what the fuck just happened right here? So it turned out that, here's what I think. I think Harbaugh set all this up so he can make it seem like he's not the bad guy leaving Michigan, even though his whole plan the whole time was to leave.
Yeah.
Because he apparently gave them a deadline of 1 o'clock on this day, and that's Michigan's fault for waiting that long to meet his demands. He wanted to be locked up no matter what the NCAA does, all that shit. I get it, but he's a great coach. So Michigan finally was coming around to it apparently, but Harbaugh wasn't even in Ann Arbor. He was in fucking California meeting with the Chargers. Locked that up. So he's gone. It sucks. He took our D coordinator with him. He also took our strength and conditioning coach, which is dumb because what is he going to do in the NFL? They don't have strength and conditioning coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that.
These guys know what to do themselves. They all have their own personal trainers. So I think he's just trying to burn the program to the ground.
I don't know about that.
He's like, I gave you your championship. Now fuck you. Why are you taking a strength and conditioning coach? That's the only thing. If you took the DC, I get it. He's a great fucking coach. But the strength and conditioning coach, who is huge to the Michigan football program, why are you taking him?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep that he's just trying to burn the entire thing down.
I think he is. But, yeah, we ended up hiring Sharon Moore. He's going to step up, and I think we'll be bad for a few years, but it's the conversation we always have.
Big crier.
We just won it all. I don't
Huge
give a
crier.
fuck. Huh?
Sharon Moore.
Yeah. We gotta peel back on the crying, especially if you're bad. If you're crying because we upset somebody, but we're not gonna make a bowl game, I don't want to see it. So I am interested to see though. We got Donovan Edwards back. He's gonna have a big year, I think. I definitely will be sprinkling on him for the Heisman, even though I do that every year. I bet running backs and receivers, and it's always a fucking quarterback. So I got to get off of that train. I did take a quarterback this year, and he shit the bed as soon as I bet him. Sam Hartman, rest in peace. So yeah, we'll do a Super Bowl preview next week. I apologize. I'll probably have more energy next week. Just the mix of everything. The Lions loss has me really down. I don't want to talk about it. I'm glad it's done. Do you have anything else before we hit roulette and send everybody on the way?
Speaking of Brandon Staley, did you see where he's in the conversation to end up?
I did not.
So defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers.
How do you feel about that?
Not excited. A lot of people are, and
know.
I don't really know why. There's some better names out there. I mean, honestly, at this point,
yeah, isn't that one Joe guy, Joe?
Nope.
Joe Barry.
Nope.
He's available, isn't he?
He got interviewed by the Bears.
Reunite.
Yeah, but they hired
really?
somebody else.
I read a report that Harbaugh said he would have went to the Bears if they offered it, but they stuck with Eberflus. If that's true, it was a rumor, but if that's true, the Bears are downright stupid.
I would agree with that. Honestly, at this point, Vrabel and Bill haven't gotten any offers. Doesn't look like they're going to coach. I mean,
I'm very
why
excited.
don't you just
Bill to not coach an NFL team plus 600?
You could just be a DC for a year or two and go win a Super Bowl with one of the highest potential teams in the NFL.
There's no shot Bill Belichick, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, takes a step back to D coordinator.
See, but he could be a D coordinator, and then all of a sudden, if the Packers are bad, he just gets promoted to the head coach and LaFleur's gone. Boom. See ya. Thanks
No.
for coming.
All right, I've got lightning roulette up, so let's.
And then the Packers hire Vrabel.
Yeah, I
as their
don't
DC,
see
and
Bill
we have
coaching.
Vrabel and Bill.
Oh, Cody.
No. Once
All right, 34 is our repeat. I'm gonna do
Okay.
these right here. I got it up.
you're not going to share
34,
the screen.
34, 0, 0, 2, 3. Oh fuck, sorry. 0, 2, 3, 9, 13.
No, I'm saying once
22.
LaFleur
3,
gets fired, then Bill becomes head coach and
I'm
Vrabel is the
choking.
DC.
I'm choking. You want to fire LaFleur?
Well-
huh? I missed the number. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I missed the number. Oh, 30. I got
If we have a bad...
All right. All right, can you see?
I can.
Oh my gosh. If we hit here, it's lucky because I almost took them all off. It's not a lightning number. Motherfucker. I was panicking. I was like, I missed a number.
Oh. Yes.
Get
let's
there.
go.
9. Let's go. Let's go. Do you want to repeat with 20? There we go. We're doing pretty good as of late on the numbers, man. Let's see. We hit 79, 77. We didn't hit last week. But we hit 76, 77, 79. So we've hit 4 of our last 6 now. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. See if we can go back to back. Oh, that's my number too. 9
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Let's
I should
go.
mark that.
All right, here we go. Back to back. Give me back to back with a lightning number this time. Put 200x on 22 for me, please.
30.
Okay, 30. Oh, all the lightning numbers are 500x on 13.
Holy
Why
shit.
not? Why not? Save my weekend. Save my weekend.
Prayers
Doesn't look like
up.
It's going to be 13.
2.
Oh, it's 2 though. Okay. We hit. Oh my God, that thing was rolling around so much. I thought it was going to make it to 13. 500x, Austin.
Wait, who did we say?
All right, running it again. That's
Oh,
2 in a row.
Damn it. You have that
Huh?
one. You've taken the lead.
Is that 2 for me? Let's fucking go. You're kind of at a disadvantage, though, because I think I have
You do.
5 numbers and you have 4 plus the repeat. Well, we'll give you the repeat, right?
Yeah.
Because we sacrificed your number for the repeat. So, can we go 3 in a row? That was cool, man. All 3 lightning numbers were ours.
Yeah, we need
That
a
was
lightning.
sick.
We haven't hit a lightning in a long time. 9.
We haven't hit a lightning since I still lived at my parents. 9 at 100x, okay. 9 just hit 2 spins ago. Little one after the other. Get there. Oh,
2.
2 again. Let's go back to back. That's another Jake number.
Bingo.
Growing the lead. Let's go.
Holy shit.
Bang. All right, this is a good run. Run it again. Thank God we didn't go 10. Maybe that was our bad luck and we dumped it down to 10. Should we dump it here?
No.
$4 number? No, I'm just kidding. Just kill our profit. Oh, shit. This is good. I needed this. Let's keep it running. Let's hit, like, something outrageous, like 9.
Yeah, I
I've never
actually
seen some
called
shit like
the...
Most I've ever
I
gone
called
is 4.
FanDuel today and was like, hey, listen, we're about to be playing roulette at approximately
Jake-
this
Jake
time.
needs it.
It's been a bad weekend. We need
Yep.
some big wins.
All right, no lightning.
That's all
number
right,
here.
because it's going to hit
That's
number
all right, just hit
3.
one of ours. Keep us going. I like 0.
Oh.
Oh,
What's around at 34 and
Good run.
27?
Good run.
Neither of ours. It's our...
All right, so we profited 100 right there. Let's go. We will take that.
Yes, sir.
So now we are up 160 since our 1 year episode. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll take that. Let's see. Anything else? I don't think so. Other than we'll do our Super Bowl preview next week with all of our crazy props. I can't wait to hop on and look at those.
I'm so excited.
I'm sad, but we will move. The Lions will be back. Jake will be back. Anything else,
No.
Austin? Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.